Here's something 99.32% of people don't know. The food industry is making it really difficult for you to lose weight.
This is because they're adding a certain substance called emulsifiers. Emulsifiers is what gives certain foods a longer shelf life and gives it a certain taste, and this is what we call highly processed foods. So how are emulsifiers affecting us? Well, to put simple, it's making it really difficult to control your appetite. See, when we are eating, our gut is looking for certain nutrients to help it feel full and satisfied. But when you add emulsifiers to the mix, it's actually damaging your gut and making it really difficult for your gut to detect these certain nutrients. And this leaves you wanting more and feeling unsatisfied. Think about the last time you had a bag of chips. Did you feel like you could eat them all day? I know I certainly do when I have a bag of Doritos, but this is what happens. Now I want you to think back to the last time you said, all right, that's it, I'm done, I'm gonna eat clean starting tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, you actually stick to the diet you said you were gonna stick to, but the problem is, you still feel hungry and unsatisfied throughout the day. That is because emulsifiers have a long-lasting effect. It's a couple of weeks for your gut to repair itself from the damage that the emulsifiers have done. This is why it's very important to stay consistent with the certain nutrients that you need. The specific nutrients you need, I'm going to talk about in today's video. Also, I'm going to talk about 3 very important hormones that you need to know about to use the advantage that will help you keep your hunger and appetite in check and finally help you on this weight loss journey and never turn back. So the first hormone is melanocyte stimulating hormone, or MSH for short. Now, MSH can literally shut down the desire to eat and is activated by UV light. So either sunlight or bright artificial light, and more specifically is activated by the light hitting your eyes. Now I'm not saying go outside and stare at the sun till you're blind, or stay inside and stare at some bright artificial light like a weirdo until it activates. What I am saying is early in the morning when the sun comes out, I would suggest going for a 10 to 15 minute walk with no shades and letting the sun hit you naturally. Or if you can't do that, stay inside and have bright artificial light either right above you or directly in front of you, just not damaging your eyes, obviously. Think about it, this is why we eat less in the summer and more in the winter. We are activating more MSH during the summer times because of the sun, right? Alright, so let's talk about hormone number 2, ghrelin. Hold on, I really don't feel like sitting anymore. So ghrelin is our body's alarm system for eating. You probably experienced this before. Let's say you eat at the same time every day, and let's say it's 9 a.m. Then around 8:50, 8:55, you start to feel hungry, start to feel your belly rumble. That is ghrelin sending signals to your brain that it's time to eat. So ghrelin is actually really interesting because you can control the time you get hungry and ultimately control your appetite that way. So let's say you wanted to start intermittent fasting and start eating at noon rather than 9 a.m. Well, you have 2 options. Option A, screw it and just wait until noon and fight the hunger. Remember, this is all mental, not physical, because ghrelin sends signals to the brain saying that you're hungry. So if you can just hold out until noon for a couple of days, then your body will adjust. But if it's too painful, you can integrate the 45-minute interval process. Meaning, let's say again you eat at 8 a.m. every day. Instead of 8 a.m. the next day, you do 8:45, and then the next day you do 9:30, the next day 10:15, then 11, and then 11:45 until you get to noon. That way you can escape the pain. So that is hormone number 2. And hormone number 3, cholecystokinin, or CCK for short. This is the hormone you've been waiting for. Now you know how MSH shuts down the desire to eat. Well, CCK keeps your appetite in check. Basically helps you not to overeat. And CCK is activated by amino acids and fatty acids such as your omega-3s and your omega-6s. Keep in mind that every time you eat, you are fat foraging and amino acid foraging, meaning your gut is literally looking for these nutrients to feel full and satisfied every single time that you eat. Now you might be asking yourself which foods contain amino acids and your fatty acids such as omega-3s, omega-6s. Well, for fatty acids, you want to add to your diet fish oil, krill, tuna, salmon, nuts, egg, meat, soybean, and plant oils. For amino acids, one potent one is glutamine. Foods that contain glutamine are chicken, fish, cabbage, tofu, beans, dairy, and you can also Google what foods contain glutamine for larger list. Now, the very important thing is that you want to add a mix of these nutrients to every single meal that you eat every day, and you want to be consistent, because remember what we talked about. If you're constantly eating highly processed foods, and the emulsifiers are damaging your gut's ability to detect these nutrients, so it's going to take about a month to repair it. Very important you stay consistent. You don't want to go back and forth with eating clean one day and then going back to eating junk food, because you're making it basically impossible to feel full and satisfied and to repair your gut. Let me know down in the comments which hormone was the most fascinating to you. Also, ever wondered why you can't achieve your long-term goals? You ever wonder why you quit within the process? If that's been on your mind, I highly suggest you watch this video right here. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Marcus, and I look forward to seeing you in that video.